Well, good morning. My name is Betty Lou Lever, and I'm from California.
Hi, I'm Emilie Cleret, and I work in France, but I'm British.
Okay, and we both have been using transformative learning in different ways, but also similar ways. I actually started before it was a movement, and I started before there was a true name to it, such as transformative learning. But based on the work of Miller and Seller in the late 90s, I was doing a lot of work in Russia, helping them redo their K-12 textbooks, and we were looking at the differentiation between educational philosophies or paradigm shifts between transmission, transaction, and what we call transformation according to Miller and Seller. Then I went on and started applying it to foreign language at the Defense Language Institute approximately 2006. Again, referring to it as not transformative learning, but transformation philosophy. Ultimately discovered Mesereau, the approach of transformative learning, and have kind of dovetailed the two systems.
I started using transformative learning 2 years ago, and I came to know about transformative approaches through Betty Lou by listening to one of her presentations. And I had an issue in my job is that I had a very transactional approach in designing curriculums for English language for French learners. And by listening to her presentation on transformative approaches, I realized that that is what I had to apply within the French military where I work.
So what really interests me about it is one of my very strong interests for at least the past 20 years has been getting American students to near native levels in a variety of foreign language. To do that, you have to really develop a bicultural personality. And to develop the bicultural personality, you have to significantly transform who you are.
Absolutely, and that is what I was really appreciative about the transformative approaches, is that I understood that why our curriculum wasn't working is because we weren't helping the French officers who are our learners, we weren't helping them to transform and leading them to becoming bicultural and therefore embrace the language as also part of their personality. So by using transformative approaches, we really finally met success within our program.
And I think finding the community here, which is for me was quite by accident, and therefore for Emilie, second generation accident.
Exactly.
I found out about them actually quite coincidentally and went to a meeting that they were having at St. Mary's College in Moraga, not far from where I live, and became fairly involved with them, serving on the international committee. I think it provides a wonderful venue, not only for learning more, because we have learned from other fields. We are the only foreign language educators here, and except for one ESL person. And we have learned so much from other fields that we can take and apply.
Yes, this has been a really great experience, and I really want to thank Betty Lou, who I consider like my mentor, for suggesting that we do a joint presentation for the conference. And it's been, as she said, wonderful to meet other people who use transformative approaches in other fields and that have actually given me ideas too about how I can even go further in using transformative approaches.
Right. So we have a goal now. We want to attract other foreign language educators to this conference, to other conferences like it, because there is at least one other one similar, and build a field, build a network, and then build our field into a transformative mode of teaching and learning.
Yes, so join the network. We don't want to stay just the two of us for forever. I mean, I really like her, but still, if we can have a bigger group, that's really good. So I would really like to bring in Jérôme, my colleague who in the French War College is head of the French language program. And we hope that other language teachers will join us in creating a community of language professionals that use transformative approaches.
Yeah, within this conference.
Yeah. Absolutely. So join the movement of those who want to burn the textbook.
So I think I mentioned that I came across it quite by accident. The reason it interests us both, actually, is because of its potential to change people, and you have to do that to get to really high levels of foreign language proficiency. You can't be proficient in just in the words. You have to be proficient in the culture, and you have to feel the culture. It has to be part of you. You have to be part of it, becoming sort of what we call a bicultural personality. And what was the last question you had for us?
What you hope.
Yes,
What do we hope to achieve?
Yes.
We hope to build a field among the foreign language educators. We hope to build tomorrow's methodology.
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
I've
we
got
should have come to our presentation.
Yeah.
This is exactly what we talked about.
Yeah.
And I brought it into the Defense Language Institute in 2006 when there was a lot of poor results, particularly in the advanced courses. After about 2 years of working with it, training the teachers, helping the students understand what it was all about, the results went way up. And for several years, the last several years before I left, they were around 90% were graduating with the professional level proficiency, and about half of them were getting already to near native, which pretty much unheard of. So the results were extraordinary, and I think you experienced some pretty extraordinary results also.
Yeah, well, for me, the transformative moment, I guess, was more an epiphany, was when I listened to your presentation where you explained what transformative pedagogy was. And at the time, I was struggling with the curriculum I was designing. And when I heard your presentation, I understood that that's what I had to do. So that for me was an immediate transformative moment. And when we implemented a new course design with based on a transformative approach, we went from a student survey with approval rates of 56%, which is very low, up to an average of 92% the following year. So that was an incredible change. And obviously the icing on the cake for the teaching team is to see how the students transform, how they are able to let go of their tactician mindset to move into becoming operational designers and strategists.
I think there's a big plus for teachers too. It puts less of an onus on them in some ways, because they don't have to prepare 3 hours for every 1 hour they teach. They prepare a few minutes for every hour they teach, because they're letting the students run with it and develop. And then when they see the students develop, they're pretty proud.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the networking, learning what people in other fields are doing, because foreign language teachers tend to be good imitators. And we can take and adapt and adjust from sociology, from adult education. Everything has a relevance for foreign language. So being able to meet others, because these are not people we normally work with, these people from very other fields. We've already started planning some future interactions with some of them, which I think will be beneficial on both sides. And we really have this, not a hidden motive, a very overt motive that we really want to build a network. We're working on a book that should hopefully come out from Cambridge in about a year on transformative learning that I'm editing and Emilie is contributing to. But we really do feel that we're somewhat with the vanguard, and the vanguard's very slim right now. So
absolutely.
We really, there's a few other people, but we really would like to build the field, the subfield of transformative learning in foreign language education.